Oh, I've broken it. Oh no, it's back. Is it going now? I think it's going. Is it going? Hello. Been a while. Has it? Are we working? For those of you who have an IQ over 5, could you please tell me if you can see me, hear me, if my colour balance is off, my white balance is terrible, and just any compliments you want to throw out there. So I'll sit here for a minute and I'll see who lets me know first. Get my goggles on. Oh, there's people here as well. Yeah, Pete can hear me. Dave can hear me, and just swore at. You can't swear at me. You can't. And Uncle Rob, a voice, a person, a name you can rely on, has confirmed that yes, I'm live. Thank you all. Right. I've totally forgotten what to do now. First off, thank you to everybody that's here in chat. I'm not going to go through all the names. I apologise for not calling you out each individually. I'm sure you're all lovely people. The only thing I can say looking at chat is, Craig D, you're a fanny. But that's about it. Okay, sorry. Thank you. If it goes a bit pink, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just perfectly normal. Right. Yes. We better go on with this because it's Bob might have to go to the toilet because he's that age where he has to go more often than most, shall we say? So we'll crack on. Now, for those of you that don't know, and why would you? Took a few days off. Where obviously I'm what is they call a motorhome wanker. That's the affectionate term that's banded my way. So we jumped in the bus and we headed off and went down to King's Lynn, which is the middle of the UK. For those of you that know, you know. Many moons ago, there was the Ideal Ohm show. There was a big vape meet, and we all met at King's Lynn because apparently it was the centre of the UK. John Martin, you'll never see this, but you're a lying sack of... King's Lynn is not the centre of the UK. Anyway, I always thought I would take Karen back down there because I really liked the place. I liked the look of the place. So that's the first place we went. Landed in King's Lynn, woke up in the morning, and lo and behold, YouTube had graciously given me a second strike. So I had one strike and that ended after a week, which meant I could post and all that jazz. But I think if you get another strike within 90 days, I think it is, then that's your second strike, which means you can no longer post for 2 weeks, do lives, do anything. If you get another strike, then that means your channel's gone. Anyway, so first day, real day of the holiday, and I'm like, oh dear. So I appealed, they removed the video, I appealed that, and they put the video back, and I thought, and then I didn't actually realize, I forgot that I could appeal the strike. So I appealed the strike, obviously after I'd gone on Instagram and Facebook and told the world that my life was over and, oh dear, what would I do? Because, you know, drama. And lo and behold, I appealed the strike and they overturned it. Shocking. So that's that. That's my YouTube update. I'm now back down to one strike. Well, not one strike, but I still have a strike hanging over me. So But yeah, good old YouTube. Good old YouTube. I will say, and to be honest, I've said this before, and I think I said it when I was on Jaff's show. At the end of the day, YouTube is a free platform. I don't pay to put all my content up there. There's not much I can really complain about for this free service. What I do have issue with is that when they give you a strike, they don't tell you exactly what you've done wrong. And that's where my complaint lies. I just want to know, if you tell me exactly what I've done wrong, I'll not do it again. And I know to avoid doing that in the future, but it's just something you can't get out of YouTube. That's the frustrating part. And I know Sam, Bogan, Nick, Grim, and many other reviewers have all suffered the same thing. It's just, yeah, it sucks. So I actually started backing up. I've got a lot of my videos down, stored locally, but I thought I would go back and I would actually start downloading them all. Unfortunately, there's about 3,000 of them. And every time I go in to do, I don't know if you know it, Google Takeaway. There's a takeaway service. Basically, you can go and download all your data. Every time I go in to download my videos, it just has a hissy fit and it just will not do it. So I don't know how I'm going to... I'm not doing them individually, but I don't know what I'm going to do in that one. If anybody knows how to get them all down, yeah, I would love to know. But anyway, just going back to chat. I love you too, Fanny boys. I always get it wrong. Vapo Sir. I always say that name wrong. Anyway, Breeze Tones Adams here as well. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, out of all the things that are on YouTube, it's baffling. It is baffling. They charge the people that watch, or you have to watch adverts. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I know you'll still get adverts, but my videos aren't... Do I say this? No, I'm not going to say it because I look like an even bigger idiot than I normally look. My videos aren't monetized anyway. So I don't have adverts. I shouldn't. You're going to get adverts no matter what, but I don't have as many adverts as you may get because I have never monetized my videos. Sorry, I did at the start. The first couple of years I did it, and then I got kind of... I felt bad that I was monetizing it, and that meant that people would have to watch adverts, and I hate watching adverts, so I switched monetization off on most of them, if not all of them, which is why I still live in a shed. YouTube for kids is worse. Oh my god. Anybody here remember Mark's love for Goose Juice? Very much so. You can still get it, but I don't know if I can say where. I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss where you can buy these things. I don't think you can. But anyway, Goose Juice is still available, but what is sold in the UK called Goose Juice is not the original Goose Juice. You have to go to Norway. You have to go to Norway. R.I.P. Robert Redford. Just want to put that out there. What a man. Anyway, brilliant films. Brilliant films. It's hard to say the name in Spanish. It's normal. Yeah, my pronunciation is shockingly bad. Shocking. Right. What can we do? What am I vaping? We'll do that. Vaping wise, since I got back, I've I've been using this. I don't know why. I really like this wee mod. It's an enjoyable little mod to vape with. This is the Toy by Made Mods. It's a beautiful wee thing, and nice bloke. He's always done nice stuff. And on top of it, I have the Asylum V2, which the review is out for. The review is out there for it. I'm going to stick by everything I said in the review. There's only one thing that I will expand on. There's only one thing I will expand on, and that is the top cap can be a pain in the ass sometimes to get off. Sometimes it's just like, you know, I said in the review, you hold the base like that, and then you spin the top cap. It closes the juice flow control as you're spinning, and then it should just, top cap should keep spinning and lift off. But sometimes it gets really sticky, and it drives me mad. And more often than not, I end up using my V3. I think I've shown you this before. If you have a 3D printer, print off one of these wee things. They're absolutely brilliant. They don't mark up your tanks or anything. And you'll find just look under vaping tools on Thingiverse if you know 3D printers, and it takes 10 minutes to print it off, and it's great for getting stuff like that undone. So yes, that's what I've mostly been vaping away with since I came back. I need a vape. Semi-matte wood or high polish, Bob. I'm going to be honest. I like natural wood, but I've got some mods that are matte, some are gloss. I like CA finishing as well. I'm quite a fan of CA finishing. But even though CA finishing is meant to be harder wearing and whatnot, for me personally, I find that over time it looks worse with any damage on it, whereas natural wood, you know, you can, it just feels like life. It just, you know, it just shows that it's been used, and it builds character. But on a CA mod, when you get scratches, dings and dents and things, you know, just that natural wear and tear, things just look broken. It's hard to expand. Actually, hang on. Here we go. I don't think I've got any dings and dents on this because it's not that old, and it was. No, there's nothing on it. But any damage that appears in that, I quite like it on these kind of mod. But and I'm not picking on Alden yet. Alden did this mod for me, and I absolutely love it. I don't know if that's going to show up. Hang on. See the rash down there? That's just from going in and out of my pocket. And it doesn't show up as... And it just shows up worse. It's just not as... It's just the CA finish. I just think that's the trade-off sometimes for me between the two finishes. Anyway. Oh my god. Bob Mark III. Mohammed, how you do? Have you got a proper car yet, mate? Good to see you. Been too long. Too long. Right. What was the guy just blindsided me there? So I've been vaping on that since I came back, but the other thing I've been vaping on a lot, I must admit, is, don't hate me for it, this, I've still got my Skynet in this Gemini, and it's just a fantastic, I mean, this is for me, and I'm not being, I hopefully don't sound like I'm being a snobby twat. This is a perfect beater. It is just, I get my RBA hit. I mean, I've still got the Skynet in there. I get the fantastic vape from the Skynet, but in a mod that I don't really care about. I don't care if I damage it or beat it up or whatnot. But it's just something that's it just works really, really well. And I think I've just no, I haven't killed the battery yet. Did any other people pick up one of these? How have you been getting on with it? If you did. Yeah, it's not bad. And I still maintain, I know the pod, the RBA pod is like a fiver or £15 if you get the RBA with it. If you don't have an RBA, the RBA that comes with it is actually very good. It's actually very good. People versus 7 of that. Supra? No, really? 5, 4? Mark 3. Mark 3 Supra, still the best one. Don't care what anybody says. 1JZ GTE in the Mark 3. Beautiful. Anyway, better not talk about cars. Destroy, what is it, 2,500? 2,500 milliamp hour. It's an 18650 or thereabouts, and I find that the battery life is as I would hope for 2,500. I may be wrong in the 2,500. I usually am. No, 2,400. I was close. Mohammed, sorry, I'm going off on a car tangent here. You still have the IS200, I mean Alteza. I wish I still had the Alteza, because the prices that Altezas go for now, cars, by the way, is insane. No, I'm just, I've got an old Subaru Forester. I've had it for 4 years now, I think. SG5, EG20. Anyway, stop talking about cars. Better than the Orion 2. Well, that's the other thing that I've mostly been vaping with. Now, this is still a prototype. This is a prototype that I'm testing for Joe, which is the one Orion. Now, I don't know how far away the production one is. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too far away. There are going to be a couple of changes to what I'm using here. Why is there a beastie on my hand? Hello, beastie. There we go. Go away. Yeah, it's this is, if you like the sturdy one, not a review, but the prototype that I have here, sturdy one in an Orion. That's essentially it. But once again, this is a prototype. So it's not released yet, but it's very, very good. Destroy. Oh, Roy's here. Hello, Roy. Somebody says it drops fast after 70%. I don't think so. Hands up. I don't test batteries for a living. That's mooch. There's other people that do that. They test batteries and they'll tell you everything you need to know about batteries. It's the thing that's important to me and how I measure battery life is when I'm out and about by myself, I vape at pretty much the same wattage with the same juice, same kind of coil, build, the lot. And I measure my battery life off the juice that I go through. And I can say that I go through the juice that I would expect for this milliamp hour. That's all I can tell you about it. So for me, as I said, it performs as I would expect. But once I get to be clear, I don't really go over 30-35 watts. And I mean, I know this was at 80 watts. I mean, if you're vaping anywhere, if you're vaping these things 50 watts, 40-50 watts and so on, then yeah, I'll say no more. This is, yes, we said hello to Roy. Subaru Foresters are awesome. Yes, they are. They are. And what else have we got there? Yes. So I've shown you everything that I've been vaping on just now. The only thing I haven't shown you, and I don't know if I've shown this off yet. Oh, I spoke about John Martin earlier on. Anybody else remember them? Just add Nick. Those were the days. Those were the days. When I went on holiday, I took 2 Delros with me. I took my trusty red Delro, my Rezo, which is my travel companion, has been for a very long time. And I also took another Delro, and I took I had a Dope and a Dope R, and that's all I took with me. Yeah, too many variables in battery life. Watts, puffs, battery charges, like yeah. So this is a prototype that I'm showing you. I'm sure I haven't shown it off. But here we go. Have I shown this off? I can't remember. I literally can't remember. So D60S. This has been a labour of love for Justin for quite some time. This is a drip tip. This, when I got my first, I'm sure it was 2019, 6 years ago. That's how long I've been dealing a Delro. This is a drip tip that Justin gave me, and it's carbon fibre one, and I absolutely love it. And I'm sure he wants it back, but he's not getting it back because that's just how I am. Right. The list has gone up for this, I do believe, already in the Facebook group. I think he's calling it the Founders Edition. There's a Founders Edition. There probably going to be changes to it, but it's a 60C board that's in it, and you know, obviously you've got contact, non-adjustable contact, door slides on. We've got this metal plate up the top like the 650. So there's no chances of like pushing this out, which did happen in some of the old ones. But the main thing about this one is that it does something a little bit like this. Oopsie. There you go. There you go. Now, obviously there's a LiPo inside here. And he's hopefully that shows up nicely enough. I'm sure it's charging at 2.5 amps. I think it's 2.5 amp. Could be wrong in that. Can't discuss pricing. Can't discuss anything else outside that. But obviously the thing is that for me, these charge really quickly, so I don't have a big issue with this. But if you're somebody that you know, the capacity in here doesn't do you all day, it's like having a spare battery. You know, you can spare battery. You just hoik it off. Takes 2 seconds. And that's you. You're away again. So that's the USP for the D60S. Now, hang on. Where is it? Now, obviously, I use this a lot, so I can compare the two. God, there's so many scratches and dings on this thing now. Such a shame. I need to polish it up again. But I find no difference. I don't. This line here, it just looks like a design choice now. using it for the past couple of weeks, I actually forget or forgot that it does this. Just it doesn't even come into play. But yeah, that is essentially the. I mean, I'm sure down the line there's going to be, there'll be the fancy ones. They'll probably do resin ones as well, and lots of other things will come as time goes by. But yeah, Facebook group. That's where you get it. Love it, but overpriced. For your budget, maybe. The only thing I would say is, if you find it overpriced, then when you make one for cheaper, let me know. Thank you. Yes, I'm being a dick. I'm being a dick. But that's my normal response. When people say things are overpriced, I get it. We'll have our own wallets, and we dictate how much things we spend in things, and whether it's worth that much to us or not. To say it's overpriced, well, compared with what? What business model are you referring to? Which machine shop are you comparing it to? There's a lot of variables there. Or, yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not agreeing with you. But to be fair, I got that for free. Would I go out and buy a Delro if I had my Delros taken from me? Yes, I would. 100%. Hands down. Still one of my favourite mods on the planet. Witchell, would you like to discuss the weight? Of course we would. Josh, they make these for 10% of retail price. Prove it. That's the onus is on you to prove that. Nobody else. Anyway, that's just banter we're having here just now. It's just good old-fashioned banter. And yes, they're worth the money because obviously Paul Hinchliffe loves them. And how could they not be worth the money since Paul loves them? Yeah, and Bob, you're absolutely right as well. Anyway, what have we done? To be fair, if there's anything you want to discuss, then given the fact that I don't actually have much to discuss, even though I've been going for half an hour, then feel free to raise a point. Before we do harp on, jog on, before we move on, Early Bird Manufacturing, Early Bird MFG. Go check them out on Facebook. I don't believe I've mentioned it on a vlog yet. For those of you who don't know Brian Harrison, he's a wee guy. He's really small. He has a funny accent. I think he might be American or something. And he obviously was Suicide Mods, Vapors Cloud and whatnot. Well, he's gone off and set up a new business. It's called Early Bird Manufacturing. Check them out on Facebook. They have something coming very, very soon. And they actually have quite a lot coming down the line. So go check them out. Because, yeah, he's done some not bad stuff over the years, as Mr. Harrison. Not some bad stuff at all. Adam's away. Oh, it must be Grim. Can we watch Grim? Actually, can we do Grim's build? Are we allowed to do that? I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Can I? There's no point in you going. You don't have to watch Nick or Grim Green or whatever it is he's doing. Has Grim got a live going up or something? Or is it a build thread? Or maybe it's on his Patreon or something. I don't know. I was just going to share it on here. We could have it playing down in the corner. Just, I'm joking. I'm joking. Jaff, I'll get a Delro one day. One day. You should drop him a message. Let him know that you're a famous Scottish reviewer and that you saw that the other guy got one. So why can't you? Let me know what he says in reply to you though. I really want to see that message. Bob, yes, they do make them in red. Margins are 90% gross margins, not net though. Delro 8 D80 Plus, one of the best mods available, very hard to put down. I can watch. After watching the Silent V2, I feel I should just stick with the V1. Flying Custard. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't normally discuss. I don't normally get into it. I know that a lot of reviewers like to do comparisons, but each review is the information's there. I'm still using, as you can see, the V2. I stand by everything I said in the review. I've added in the top cap can be a. I think I maybe should have expanded on that a little bit more in the review and said, or maybe I should have done, but I'm saying it now. Me personally, I prefer the V1. I prefer the V1. For the way I vape and the mechanism and everything, I just find it works better for my ham-fisted hands. Anyway, pardon me. Jaff, he wouldn't tell you to pee off. He wouldn't. He wouldn't be that polite. Have I missed one? Go for it. Get 5 bananas. He's on Twitch. He's on Twitch. He's too old to use Twitch, isn't he? Do you not have to be like under 21 and to use Twitch? Am I missing something? I must be missing something. Good to see you, Big Man. I hope you had a good holiday. Had a great holiday. Thank you very much. Had a great holiday. Right. Mentioned early bird manufacturing. Now we're going to mention the thing that might not apply, or people you might not be interested in. Should I bring it up? Maybe I should bring it up. Maybe I should try being a tad professional for a change. A new thing that I can try out. They've still not done it. Anyway, right, for those of you that don't know, the Vapor Expo in Birmingham in 5 weeks' time has been cancelled. It has been cancelled. And they've still not announced it on their Facebook page. Have they announced it on their main page? Nope, they've still got it there. It's still there. That's bad crack. And they've not announced it on their Instagram either. Anyway, the post I saw, and the post that's been shared about is it's been cancelled, and they are going to one event a year instead of 2 events a year, which me personally I think is a good idea, because I was never a huge fan of the Birmingham Expo, because it was always there wasn't a modders gallery there, or much of a modders gallery for me. Like when you went to Paris or Germany and whatnot, modders galleries there were massive, but sadly those don't take place anymore. So Birmingham was never, but it used to always be popular. It used to always be popular, and we've gone down a few times, but it was mostly we went down for a piss up more than anything else. The show being on was just a happy coincidence, if you like. I think the sad thing, I don't know how this side of the business works and organising events and all that kind of thing. I don't know, but there's obviously communication going out somewhere and it's going around all the groups. But to not put it on the sites, because I know a lot of people will have booked flights and booked accommodation already, and not everybody will get their money back, which really sucks for a lot of people. They'll not get the money back. That's a shame. But ultimately, at the end of the day, for me, yeah, going to once a year makes sense. Right move. I hope they concentrate on getting more modders there. Not that there's much in the way of modders left. Apparently we only have one left in the UK, according to him anyway. But it would be nice to see, we've got Italians, Polish, Germans. There's still modders about, and it would be nice to see some of them going to Birmingham as well. But I don't know. What do you think? Does anybody here actually go to Birmingham? Have you been? What did you think? Will you go if it's bigger and better once a year? Do you even think that with the new legislation and everything coming in that there will be another one? I'm curious. I'm not up to date in legislation and all this kind of stuff and juice and tax and whatnot. I like messing with hardware. I'm not an advocate and I don't do politics. So yeah. Still looks like you can buy tickets. Nuts. Glenn Watson, you've got zero chance of getting. Go and ask Bogan, mate. You like his builds better than mine, so there's no point in asking me for a spanner. I'm pulling your leg. Pete, seems dodgy. They're going to do a runner with people's money. You never know. Have you got any Steam Crave? I've not reviewed Steam Crave stuff in years, mate. A long, long time. Oh, Nigel. Where was Nigel? Did Nigel appear? Think the European modders will head for Paris. Yeah. Yeah. Only stand I remember was signature. Yeah, signature tips. Christ, remember how massive they were at one point. What was it? The Squonkers. What was the Squonker called again? Holy, the SQ. Was it the SQ Squonker? Then you had like Mike Vapes and Grim Green editions and all this. You had all this. The Punisher. There was a Punisher edition. Remember that? That was an excellent wee Squonker. Glenn, Germany. Nah. I would love to see Ira pulling off another event, but I don't. I live in hope, because the Hall of Vape was one of my fondest memories of in my vaping life is being at the Hall of Vape in its heyday. It was just what a place to be for any hobby. It doesn't matter what hobby you do, but to be there, as vaping is my hobby, and to be at an event when it was at its biggest and best, and it was just brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Slappy's got a load of them. SQs. It was the SQ. Signature chip. That had engraved Punisher. Yeah, they did loads. I remember the mods they did before the Squonking, and they hadn't really taken off. I don't think Signature Tips had really taken off that big as a company. They were quite small in the vaping scene, but then once the SQ came out, they just went pshoo. Or to me, that's what I saw. I'm not saying that's factual, but that's what I saw. Yeah, when companies like Steam Page close, I've not been. Yeah, economy in Germany is a bit terrifying, to say the least. Anyway, do you know what I was going to do? It's funny you talking about steam pipes and stuff. I was going to steal something from Jaff. I was going to pop a build in something. I don't know if anybody's interested, but I got my Cabo out again when I came back, and I thought, do you know, I really want to put a new build in that, and because I've been using the same build in it for quite some time. I also managed to put it on the buffer to try and get some of the scratches out. I got some of them out, but not all of them. And I was going to stick a build in it. Oh, they were doing custom exhausts. Oh, I never knew that. Oh, I never knew that. So, I was going to do a build. Or just show you me throwing another build in the Cabo. And we could have a blether about it. Because it's quite an interesting Atti. And it's one of my faves. If you're not bothered, just say. And we'll move on and we'll do something else. If you want to see me putting a build in it, then let me know. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to have a vape. I need a vape. I've not vaped enough. Oh, that is good. Jedi's Punk. If you haven't tried RM's VC, give it a bash. Such a good custard. Such a good custard. Right. Still doing Punisher. Still doing it. Still making it. Nah, can't it be? Paul, we'll catch you later, buddy. Right. Sod it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Why not? Oh, Bob. Dyco's discontinued most of the line. Holy shit. Eek. Well, I'll have to investigate that. Right. Well, I see chat here. Will I hang? Bear with me 2 seconds. Hang on. What's Mo? What's Mo saying? Oh. Okay. I'll check that out, Mo, if you're there. Right. So, here we go. Now, this is the Cabo. This is my Cabo. I've had several Cabos, but this is the one I kept. My steam pipes one. Obviously, there was a mouth to lung Cabo, if I remember correctly. There was a DL version and an MTL version. Is this batch 1? Yeah, there was a batch 1 and 2. The batch 2 was slightly easier to put the cotton in and get it wicking. Some people did have issues getting this to wick. It was no problem with the juice coming up. It was the way they were putting the cotton inside it. So they tweaked a couple of things for the batch 2. This is an RDTA. Which, as most of you know, means that the build deck is up the top and the juice is down the bottom. And it pretty much means that it vapes very much like a rebuildable dripping atomizer, in my humble opinion, which is why I love it so much. The drip tip that's on there is actually by KHW, KWH, bollocks, forgotten. The Dwarf. This is the Dwarf DL tip in stainless steel. I have many of these. This one was given to me by Mr. Pelosi. And as you can see, I've got some battle scars. I need to get a little bit of emery on it. Yeah, I'll put it onto the drill and I'll take all this back and get it polished up. I did manage to get rid of, or have I? Did I? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I had a scorch mark round about here. Was it up here? Here. Basically, I'd I'd put a build in it, and I thought, today, Matthew, I'll pop this on a make. So I popped it on a make. I hadn't cut the leg properly, so the leg was making contact, and I fired it. I got a hard shot, and there was a big glowing mark, but scorch mark on the outside here. But that has now buffed out. Thank the gods. Thank the gods. Yeah, that's of course the Aspire version as well. We had the Aspire version. The K, it was not the Kato. What was it called again? The Aspire one they did. I can't remember. Now, just to be clear, this is not new. This is a well-used Atti. I've not cleaned it properly, as you can see. Hang on, let's can I make this look any prettier? This is not my proudest moment, I hasten to add. This is why Kumo, that was it. Kumo. I'll be honest, I still maintain that whilst they're very, very similar, I still maintain that the Cabo itself is better. Listen, I'm going to go off on a tangent here, because I feel this is quite important, because I think this doesn't get overlooked, but it's something that has to be acknowledged. Oh, where are we? I need a tool. Here's a tool. We have a tool. Right. Now, I can't believe I'm taking this to bits. This is not how I saw my night going. And this is possibly very boring for some people. And they're probably thinking, what's this old man doing? Why are we watching this? This here is one of... This was a game changer. You know, there's been game-changing things in the vape game over the years, but they're few and far between now because of, you know, vaping's quite a basic thing. You know, get juice to the coil and vape. But excuse the juice. This sat right down on the deck, and if you watch the inner chamber here, that slides in there. And via capillary action, the juice works its way up the bore between the two, or the inside bore there. It's really, really clever. It works incredibly well, and I just think that I mean, I sing the praises about it, but I think they just deserved a bit more credit. I mean, they weren't the first people to do this. They were the first, in my opinion, they were the first people to get it right. Is this, and speaking of getting things right, is that right? Yep, that's right. I don't want to fail putting it back together and wonder why it's not working. Let's see if he beats Bogan. Glenn, you could go off a man, you know. You could go off a guy. Okay, let's pop a build in here. Do you know, I think it's actually been a wee while since I popped a build in this. So if I forget what I'm doing, then don't be surprised. Now, the thing you have to remember with this is that the airflow on the Cabo works via these guys. I like the two 2mm air holes. They came in different configurations. I've got a whole stack of them here. I should really have cleaned this properly. But short and sweet version is, got lugs there. Front and back here you've got the lugs. So that goes on like that. He says that goes on there like that. What am I doing wrong here? What have I missed? Get in there. What have I done? I've done something wrong here. There we go. Boink. She's in. So you've got to get your coil sitting in there. There's a couple of trains of thought. Some people like to put the coil in place with the airflow ring on. Some people take it off. And right at this moment in time, I can't remember what I like doing. But there's a tiny little gap there. Stick a screwdriver in there. Just wiggle it up, and it's usually the easiest way to get the ring off. I have to use a slightly bigger screwdriver. There we go. Right. Let's find a coil. I'm going to pop a 2.5. I'm using a C-nut coil as usual. 2.5 ID, fuse clapped in, and it is going to come out at about 0.36 ohm. Right. Hang on. I'm going to take a leg off of this. I'm talking to myself, don't worry about it. It's just old age and a little bit of dementia. Sorry, I shouldn't joke about dementia. It's a bloody horrible thing. Anyway, right, coil. Joink. I'm going to pop her in. Try to remember where it's going to sit. I think it's going to sit about there. Let's tighten that up. Oh, hang on. My hand-eye coordination has suddenly decided to leave the building. I think that's going to be in the wrong place. Yep. I could lift it up a wee bit. I'll take this back. Just nick her in there. I'm curious, how many of you out there are precious about the way your build looks? As you probably gathered by now, it's not something I tend to worry about. If something is, how shall we say, if it glows red, then that's a win as far as I'm concerned. Oops. There we go. I think that's going to be alright. That's not a 2.5. I think I've put a 3 in here by mistake. Anyway, we're going to snip it. Let's snip away. Still mystifies me that I managed to get a hard short with this. But anyway, that's more me than anything. Let's... Can I see what I'm doing here? Close enough. No cigar. No cigar for the win. You can taste the wonk. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Let me check this. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Just lift her up. Bring her in, which should solve my problem. There we go. Right. Can I actually take that up just a little bit higher? There we go. Happy with that. That's a lazy build. Come on. If you think that's a lazy build, you haven't seen me doing many builds, have you? I can do a lot lazier than that. An awful lot lazier. As I said, if it vapes, it's a win. If I can taste my custard as well as I usually do, it's even better. Forgot to say to you, if you do hunt down one of these, they did change the way the wicking holes work down there. They just changed the sizes a little bit. But other than that, I think that was about it, if I remember correctly. I need just a little bit more off of that. Take a little 45 off the top there, a little 45 off the top there, because that's what I like. And then we're just going to tuck her down into the hole. Never stuff. Never stuff it in there. Just poke it down. And that is it. And it will wick. It will wick. It will wick very, very well. Trust me. For me, I find this to be a very forgiving Atti. It always has been. And it just... If you like dripping, for me, this is about as close as you can get. You know, an RDTA. It's a shame you don't see as many of them as you used to. You used to get a lot of them. I've actually got, now that I come to think about it, where are you? This is coming, where is it? Yeah, I know everybody and their dogs reviewed this already, but I've got that, the carbon fibre one's coming in. So I'm looking forward to that, because it's, I think, is an RDTA as well. So fingers crossed that's going to be it. Yeah, heart going to cut 45 grams. The tails drop down better than the juice wells. Yeah. Each to their own, my friend. Each to their own. What works for thou is okay in my book. Right, let's just pop Cappy, Bacchione, little test fire, all good. Cat back on. Spin round again. There she goes. I'll take this off just now. Pop that to there. Zoom out. There she goes. Better get some juice in this. Why did I put the cap back on? Somebody tell me, why did I put the cap back on? Philly. Some people get really grumpy about the way you fill this. I really like it. I usually wait until it starts coming out the top here. That'll do. We have dribbles. We have dribbles. And the mod I'm going to put it on is this one by Alden. Alden's mods, because I usually like it's nice in a side by side this, but sometimes you just got to have a bit of wood in your life. That's what she said. Yeah, that's her. Right, that'll do me. We can see Mark's bald spot. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Don't worry about it. You didn't see anything exciting. It was just me putting a coil into an Atti. Wrong, according to some people. Weak. if you get the chance, anybody ever offers you a Cabo in a trade or a second-hand sale, and I'm only speaking for myself, in RDL and even in DL, because you can DL this quite easily with the different size, and you can mouth to lung it. It's brilliant. It is one of the best wicking Attis I think I've ever come across, and it's just because the closeness to your mouth, because the vapor doesn't have to travel that far, so you're getting the same effect or the same vaping sensation you do from a dripper. Then it's just a joy. That, I mean, straight off the bat, that tastes superb, absolutely superb. Happy, very, very happy with that. Did they make a DLC Cabo? No, what you're supposed to ask is, you're supposed to say, Theo, did you ever make a DLC Cabo? And apparently he did. Yeah, Marcus, because one of the guys, and I've got a couple of other I've got another cap for it here. I've got quite a lot of accessories for it, but I like it in this form. The only thing that you do have to watch out for, depending how you vape, never purge, never blow down, because you've got air holes round the top there, and if you go, then you get hot air coming out, and it will take the skin off your face. So be very careful. Because it's a new coil, I've just got it at 24 watts just now. For me, once again, this is about 0.3637 ohm. I'll probably end up about 27, 29 watts with this. I don't like to go high wattage with the custards that I vape, because it just kills the flavour for me. I know there's lots of custards out there that are designed for high wattages, but for me, that's where I like to be. And yes, I'm very good at promoting Attis that are no longer in production. Just on the record, I just want to say that I have a lot of time for my Mexican friend. He's the only Mexican friend I have, but I have a lot of time for him, even though he's always taking the piss. Isn't that right, Witcho? What happened to your diplomat? I have a DLC diplomat here. I have my Full Metal Jacket diplomat here. I like my diplomat a great deal. It's a very good Atti. Yes, it's a good Atti. You can still buy spares for it. Yep. I was broke for the one in the shed boot. It was gutted. Yeah, it went for quite a good price, that one as well, I think, if I remember right. Slippy, bit of a patch coming there, buddy. Could you imagine that you get to Slippy's age in life? I hear he's quite old, and you're sitting on the internet talking to a fat bloke in a shed about his bald patch. See a lot of masturbation in your future, my friend. A lot of masturbation. Yeah, but the diplomat, the thing about the diplomat, David, I mean, I find it is like the dwarf. I loved the dwarf, but it was a bit of a plain Jane for me, which was the thing. There was nothing wrong with the dwarf vape at all. It's still one of the best. But I could never make it look the way I want it to look, which is what I like about the Diplomat, is because you can customize it. So, yeah, it's one of these things. Personal preference. Right. Upcoming reviews. Not much. I've not got much at this moment in time. There's, as I said, that Deja Vu RDTA. I think everybody's reviewed it. I probably I'm the last person in the world that's going to review it, but I did ask my patrons whether I should say yes or not to it, and so they said, yeah, go and give it a go. So I said yes, I would review it. I've also got, is it a Gus? A Gus? A-U-G-U-S-E? U-S-E. Yeah, a Gus. Dave, I'm baldy and old. I knew it! I knew it! There's... they've got a new RTA coming out. I don't even know if I've reviewed anything from them before. I maybe have. The Era RTA, that rings a bell. I think I might... Can't remember. I've got something coming in from them as well for review. So it's an RTA, which makes me happy. I'm testing two RDAs just now, two RDAs, and I've got two RTAs that I'm testing. They're all prototypes though, that's the problem, which means that they'll be a wee bit out. So I went on holiday because pretty much it was a quiet spell review wise, and I think that's going to... Don't know what's going to happen. Sinistral. My little fire starting friend. Steam tuners make different kits for the dwarf. Yes, they did, but it was like the top fill. They did the top fill, but it was like polycarbonate. I used to have one. I had one with the steam tuners kit and everything. The Diplomat. The Diplomat is finished. It's finished. They don't make them anymore, as far as I'm aware. That's how they stopped production. There might be some for sale in shops, but they're not making any more RTAs, or that RTA. Do you have input into the RTAs? Are you helping develop them? Yes. I do get to provide input. I've done it for years. I mean, that's what my business was to begin with when I started. I have a business, Todd's Reviews business, and that's where I used to make my money, was helping with development on stuff. And back in the day, a long time ago, I used to get contracts working with companies, and I used to do very well at it. But then, as I've said many times before, you used to get like reviewers then started putting out RTAs. You used to get name slaps and stuff like that and everything. So that's all but dried up. But now these days, most sensible modders will have a small group of testers that they put stuff out to, and there's a lot of them do it, and a lot of them normally send stuff out to people they know will be 100% honest with feedback, and some of your feedback gets taken on board, some of your feedback gets pushed to the side, but you can only be honest. But there's quite a few people that do it, and it's good. It's nice to do that. It's not so nice that I don't get to make much money out of it anymore, but yeah, the business has changed, and I love vaping, and I'm still happy to be included with some of them. Am I talking? I'm talking shite too much here. Marcus still uses both his dwarves. Rob Fisher is the man for the dwarves. Found it right. Bugger it. Sod the vaping. The best thing about being away on holiday for a week is when you come back and you leave a day space, and in that day you can then watch all the things that you weren't able to watch the previous week in one go. One go. So all my car YouTube videos, got to sit and watch them. Got to watch the season finale for Star Trek, Foundation. What else did we watch? Terminal List Dark Wolf, which is absolutely brilliant. What else? What else did we watch? I've missed stuff out. Alien Earth. If you've not watched Alien Earth, if you're an Alien fan, like I am, there have been some truly bad Alien films over the years. And I was a bit sceptical about the Alien Earth TV season. And the first couple of episodes I was a bit meh. Now, there's still a couple of aspects of it that I'm not a fan of, but cinematography, the soundtrack, the audio is brilliant. There's some episodes that are up there almost as good as Alien and Aliens 1 and 2. It just give it a go if you haven't. Dexter Resurrection, yes, I watched that. I watched the last one of that again. So yes, that was very good. That was very, very good. Trekkie, yeah, Trekkie. The first season was very good. But the second, I think it's gone. Am I allowed? Can you even say this? It went a wee bit wokey, inclusive and all that bullshit that old men like me don't have any time for. But there's been some story arcs that have been, without giving anything away, like the relationship between Spock and Kirk has been, I've enjoyed. Yeah, it's been good. Foundation was, I didn't see this twist. I didn't see that coming. I can't discuss it without giving stuff away, but I just Empire, obviously the three empires, Dusk, Dawn, all that kind of, it was just wow. It was wow. Yeah, more. That's the thing. They made some tweaks that made it really, really good. So yes, there's been some great stuff out there. I watched Weapons. Don't know if anybody else has watched it. Not what I expected. I had to go and check to see what category it was, because for most of it I thought it was thriller and horror, but then I ended up laughing a lot at the last 15-20 minutes, and I don't know if I was supposed to be laughing, but I just found it very funny. It's okay. Weapons was okay. And what else have we watched? Yeah, that's it. Since I came back, that's it. But once again, Terminal List, brilliant. Oh, Roy, watched Weapons today. Mark, you gave like the main spoiler of the whole book, Three Empires. How's that a spoiler? It's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. Um, how's that a spoiler? Get out. I swear to God. Yeah. One of the few people that can set the throbbing of my temple off. Right. So review gear. What are we watching? Listening to. Obviously, driving down south and back up. Had a lot of time. Two choices: concentrate on the road, listen to my good lady, or I could put the radio on. It was a mix of all of these things. Roy, you're so right. You're so right. Yes, yes. Mo, you're right on that element. If you're like me and you like a bit of Faithless, then R.I.P. Maxi Jazz, of course. Their new album, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's new Faithless with a lot of old in it as well. Well worth a listen to. Which the foundation was not the only foundation. I never said that. Did I never said that? I never said that. No, I never said that. You did. You've just said that. I could be wrong. Right. We're going to. Yeah, Pete. You've honestly, mate. It's they've one of the sides. There's 4 sides. They've actually got some Maxi Jazz singing in it. Well, singing as much as he sung. And it's a bit nostalgic. It's a bit it's hits you there a wee bit. No, I didn't. He just spoiled it for no reason. Exactly. We're going to put that down to a language issue. But yeah, there we go. Insomnia, yes, absolutely brilliant. Now, before I head off, because it's time to head off, before I go, because I can't do a Grim, I can't talk for as long as he does, because I don't have as much to talk about as he does. Do like a bit of Grim though. Do you have any questions? Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing, review wise or hardware wise or anything? Curious. Is there anything I should be buying in for review that you think is going to be worth reviewing? Interested in your feedback, as always. I do listen to some of it, unless it's from Witcho, because I just don't listen to anything he tells me. Sorry, but the books are older than you all. Well, there's no denying that, my friend. There's no denying that. Tools. Have I put all my tools away? I have. I've put all my tools away. Right. Are you going to review Alexa Prime Pod RBA? I don't think so. I don't know. They've never sent me anything for review. And was it the 6? I mean, I bought that myself. Alexa 6. I might be wrong. the Alexa, the it only fits in there. You can only use that RBA in that pod. Am I right? Or can you use it in other devices, or is it just that RBA for that device? I don't know. I've not investigated it, so I'm curious. Build the Imperia. No, not happening. Fly custard, yeah, correct as far as I know. See, that kind of does put me up. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the device. I've never used it. I think I watched Jaff put a build in it. I don't know what episode. Go and watch one of Jaff Vape's live build sessions that he did. I'm sure he had. No, he definitely had one. I think. Yeah, the deck's built into the pod base. It doesn't appeal to me. The 6-second cutoff on the Gemini is a ball ache. There's no denying it. It's a ball ache. And I like long draws. I mean, I take double draws. And 6 seconds is just on the wrong side of how I like to vape. But I get by it. I get by it. But yeah, you're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong. Glenn, what flavour is the Punk e-liquid? You don't come round here very often, do you? Custard. Vanilla custard. Dirty vanilla old school custard. Just the way I like it. Slippy. Gemini pods are good, but I disagree with you on that one, mate. I don't find it noisy at all. Grimm's new recoil RDA. I'll be honest, I've not even. Hang on, I've actually got this. There he is. Let's. I just happen to have it open here. I don't think I even used the original recoil. Was the original recoil? My God, I thought my build tabs were dirty. Nick. I'm assuming this is a prototype or an early. Oh, what happened there? Oh. Is it the... I don't know. Is it the airflow that makes it stand out, or... Oh. Oh. Oh, how does that work? Okay, I was about to say that it just looks like a run-of-the-mill RDA, but I guess it's all in the airflow. Yeah, Bob, the machine work does look like it's, yeah, I saw that as well. That's why I said that I think it's probably a prototype. Yeah, they're just running down the edges. That it looked like it'd been done with a rough saw, but yeah. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's an early prototype. So I don't know. I'm curious. Those of you that have had one, is it what makes it better? Is it the airflow, or is it just a good RDA? I don't know. Are they for sale yet? I might pick one up just for because squonking is the future and the future is now, as you know. That's a rabbit build. Yes. Let's not forget the dead rabbit was a good RDA at one point in time. If you like to vape that way, it was a good RDA. Right, that's me done everything on my list, I do believe. Is there anything else I can show you in here before I bugger off? Oh, the glitch. For those of you that aren't aware or don't know or haven't seen, go and check out the Unknown Facebook group. They've got new finishes for the glitch. Can I show? There's. I'm not giving away anything terrible here. Show images. Where are they? Not the best picture. I apologise for the picture not being excellent here. But yeah, there's new finishes, new colours coming out for the glitch. So if you didn't know that, go and check out the Facebook group. My day has just got 10 times better because Mr. Frape decided to stop by and say hello. How could your day not be better for that? It's like the Queen Mum coming to visit. Dead Rabbit Mini Rad. Is it worth getting? I don't know. I don't know if I reviewed it, to be honest. I didn't like the old one. This version looks clever with the conical airflow and it looks good to stop flooding. The Aeronaut RDA. There was a V1 and a V2. That was a British company as well, for those of you who don't know. There was I was going to say who copied it. They didn't copy it. They used the same airflow design. You know, the tube going through the bottom. You could change the tubes out. Shizer. That was not that long ago. That was in the past couple of years. There was another. Who did that RDA? Was it Hussar or Broken Ohm? Was it Broken Ohm? Might have been. Can't remember. One of you guys will know. You always remember these things. And you reviewed it recently. It's here we go. Quick. Somebody remind me before I have to go and go through my own content. Where's the playlists? RDA videos. Hussar East. Oh, was it Hussar East? We don't talk about the Hussar East. It wasn't the Ember. The Reload. No, wasn't that. My God, it's so sad how few RDAs I've actually reviewed. That breaks my heart. You think, I mean, you used to review so many of them. And now when I go through my playlist for RDAs, there's... Oh, the Dead Rabbit Mini RDA. I did review that. I reviewed that back in the 6th of July. I forgot. I forgot I'd reviewed that. I think it was called, the RDA was called the Goat. The Goat? Did I review one called the Goat? I honestly can't. It's gone. It's gone out my head. It's literally gone out my head. It's not one I have anymore. That's for sure. Hang on. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. Right. Flanker, the new DGV RDT. Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't know that. I know nothing about it. I know it's never been in my wheelhouse because I think it's. Is it not quite a large? Anything above 24mm or 25mm, I tend to just switch off. Sometimes you do a build and an unboxing. Yeah, Bob. The thing is that the unboxing stuff isn't public, and to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing in the unboxings half the time. I don't even know that I'm doing them. That's why the titles are always. I'm not even searching for that. I'm searching actual reviews. Glenn Watson. Tonight, my friend. Tonight, my friend. You're just. If I could get angry about vaping and people taking the piss, I would get angry with you. But luckily for you, I don't get angry about these things. Life's far too short. Right. 24 is the limit. I agree. I agree. There we go. As I said, if I was a petty man, I would, yeah, I would time out Glenn Watson. I couldn't resist. Just a little bit of power. I've got a little bit of power in this world, and although Glenn's just taking the piss, and anybody's welcome to take the piss, but as soon as you open that door taking the piss, never forget that it swings both ways. Sorry. Right, guys. Thank you to all of the people that came along to say hello and to pitch in and take the piss. It was a pleasure, as always. Next review, I don't know when it'll be, but when it's out, please go watch it because, yeah, it helps pay for the fish food. I don't have fish. I don't know why I said that, but so long and thanks for the fish.